recruiting motivated loan officers. Let's talk about that for a little bit.
Yeah, this one is great, and I'm definitely seeing this a lot. Just seeing loan officers who, they don't have control. I think a lot of people think that coming over to the broker world that you lose control with underwriting or processing or guidelines or whatever that may be. And I think one of the best things about being a loan officer in the broker world, I'll be honest, you probably have to be a little bit more of an entrepreneur mindset, right? Because you get to pick your own processor. We don't control that for you. I know that in some spaces, especially at banks, you have to use their team members and their employees. And sometimes that can be tough for people who have a specific mindset or a specific drive. But we don't control that here. You control that. You control where the loan goes. I would say that probably 99% of our lenders, you can reach out to the underwriter directly if you have questions or if you have issues. And also, the great thing about us is that, hey, if you're having an issue with the lender, you don't have to use them again. That be done with that, and there's 40 other lenders.
Or
Um,
if you're in the middle of a loan and the lender just comes up, like, because some underwriters are by the letter and some are make sense underwriters, and you have a loan that makes sense, but they're going by the letter and they're telling you we're not going to. Well, you have the ability to flip it to another lender.
Yeah. And, we just as brokers, we've come such a long way since you and I have been brokers for a very long time, Babe, when we were using, Calyx and we were faxing stuff. So brokers have come such a long way, even with our loan originating software Arrive, which is just incredible. Like there's one spot where everything goes, where the loan officer goes to put everything, where the client goes to upload everything, where a realtor can get a pre-approval letter, where you can assign tasks to the processor now. You can leave notes as a team. There's one space versus before we were kind of just, emails and it was just all over the place. And so now there's just one place to go, which is really nice.
Yeah, I think what's happened in the last 20 years on the broker side is technology has leveled the playing field
Yeah.
where, when I would give a short little tutorial on the difference between a bank, a correspondent, and a broker, on the broker side, the one downside was control of the loan.
Yeah.
And, even when I came to CoLab, that was my concern because my first foray into being a broker didn't go well because we were a broker, but number one, technology hadn't caught up and we were a new broker. So we were not getting any love from our investors or wholesalers. But, you know, time has passed and now the playing field has been leveled to the point where we are starting to take over market share in the mortgage space because we are so much more flexible. Since COVID, more people have become entrepreneurs, which, me having worked at a bank for 2 years, whew, man. So this just the broker space. There's a reason why we are taking over market share, and that's kind of, I would say, a lot of what we've talked about today is like there's just so many options out there.
Yeah, and right now for some reason, collab lending has this really special knack that I guess I probably have a special place in my heart for training people and grooming them and bringing them on. So right now we are hiring loan officers